We both had extensive contacts here in the city, and I've always thought, and I know Erin shares this, is that there are so many people that want to do good things, but they just don't know how.
Richard and I met working on his congressional campaign. I agreed with what he was trying to do in our community, and we both felt really strongly about trying to help where we could. My background's design, and so on the surface it looks like what we do isn't creative, but we're in the act of creation every single day.
As we got into the campaign, we began to realize some of the limitations that politics have when it comes to effecting immediate change. Solutions Now was conceived in a way that...
How do we clear the way? Let's just get in there and do the work.
And solve problems in a real-time fashion. So here's how it works. First, we assess the need. We determine how best and who might be able to help. We either deploy our core of volunteers or partner with businesses, institutions, or donors to solve the problem.
Why is Solutions Now rooted in Upper Manhattan? That's where we can have the biggest impact. We have more public housing units than any other district in the country. 30% of residents live below the poverty line. 1 in 4 students do not graduate from high school. And 90% rent their home and do not own.
Using our model, we knew that poor communities would be vulnerable and have many needs during the pandemic. So we just started reaching out to NYCHA tenant leaders to see how we could help.
A friend of mine, Richard, called me just to see how I was doing. Douglas was in need of food. And I saw the disparity that my residents were going through. I called James Gonzalez and asked would he support us with some food. And he said yes. And he said, what are you doing? I said, listen, man, I gotta run. I'm trying to get this food. It's a lot of food. And I really don't have a way of getting this food every week. Richard decided that he was gonna help me out. He picks up our meals, he brings it to us. Erin was the one that got the truck.
So it all started with us and a U-Haul going over to the East Side, East Harlem, the Fonda restaurant to pick up the meals being distributed by World Central Kitchen.
But we're covering the needs of the community in moments like now that the system is breaking. You know your community better than me, but I know that this community is here, that they need help. You guys come together, we come together, police, work together, boom, we take care of a problem. That's the American way.
Right after that first week, it started to grow. So I started to reach out to my design industry partners. Hooked up with some furniture installers, furniture dealers, incredibly generous. Started to donate labor and trucks any day of the week that we needed it for food deliveries. A couple of our volunteers are going to be meeting us here to go uptown to senior centers, and we're going to head over to the west side for our first stop at Douglas House.
Some of them can't come outside, We're doing this for the last 3 months, and it's so rewarding. I feel so good.
12 weeks later, and nearly 60,000 meals have been delivered to seniors and people who can't leave their home. But it's not just about delivering meals. While food insecurity is the most pressing at this moment, Solutions Now is designed to tackle a broad range of issues. 2 makeshift hospitals have been built. 700 N95 masks were distributed to Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx, which was one of the hardest hit hospitals in the country. 1,500 masks and fabric were donated by American Roots, an apparel company out of Portland, Maine.
As we look to where we go from here, right, there's been few times in our country's history where there has been more awareness of social injustice, wealth inequality, and the overall need for a more equitable society. We at Solutions Now see our role as being at the forefront, addressing the problems government can't solve. It starts with us, and it starts now.